Ever wondered how you should actually organize your team to get the best results? Well, today we're going to cut right through all the noise and confusion of team design and give you a clear, strategic guide.
You hear the buzzwords all the time, right? Agile squads, formal committees, platform teams. The options can be completely overwhelming. So, which one is actually right for your organization? It's a question that can make even the most decisive leader just freeze. But what if I told you there was a map for all this? A way to navigate this super complex landscape? We're going to move way beyond the latest fads and give you a solid framework so you can make the right call based on what you actually need to achieve. And here's the absolute core idea of this whole explainer. Choosing how your team is structured isn't about what's cool or what's trendy. It is a fundamental strategic decision, and it has very real consequences. And here it is. This is our map. It looks pretty simple, right? A 2x2 matrix. But this is the key to unlocking everything. It organizes any kind of team structure you can think of along two critical dimensions. And we're going to use it to look at some real-world examples. So first, let's look at the vertical axis. We're calling it temporality. It asks a really simple but crucial question: is this team built to last? Is it a permanent, ongoing part of the company's structure? Or is it temporary? Is it project-based, designed to hit a specific goal and then poof, it's gone? Okay, now for the horizontal axis, focus. This is all about the team's main mission. What are you optimizing for? On one side, you've got efficiency and control, making sure everything runs like a well-oiled machine. On the other side, you've got innovation and speed, pushing for brand new ideas and getting them out the door fast. All right, we've got our map. Let's start exploring the territory. We'll kick things off with the top half, permanent structures. These are the foundations of stability and coordination inside a company. Our first stop is a big one: Netflix. They use a model called platform architecture, and it sits perfectly in our top left quadrant. It's a permanent structure, and it is all about control and efficiency. So how does this actually work? Well, think about the really core stuff at Netflix, like their payment system or security. They create permanent teams for those platforms. By centralizing control, they make sure the entire system is rock solid and super efficient. It creates a stable foundation for everyone else to build on. Now, the trade-off? Sure, it can create bottlenecks, but for their core infrastructure, Netflix is making a very clear choice: stability over speed.
Okay, now let's check out another permanent structure, but with a totally different focus. The airline Iberia organizes its teams around the customer journey, which puts it over in our top right quadrant. The structure is still permanent, but the goal here is all about coordination and information.
So, what does that actually look like? Iberia creates these permanent, multi-talented teams around key parts of your trip, like the in-flight experience or being a digital traveler. Their whole job is to pull together information from all the different departments, to break down those silos, and make sure there's a seamless 360-degree view of the customer's entire experience. Okay, so we've seen the permanent foundations. Now let's shift gears and head to the other side of our map. Let's talk about dynamic structures, the powerful engines that drive speed and innovation. And of course, that brings us to the one and only, the famous Spotify Squad. This model is the perfect poster child for our bottom right quadrant. It's a temporary structure, and it is laser-focused on innovation and speed. With the Spotify model, agility is the name of the game. These temporary multidisciplinary squads get spun up to tackle one specific mission, say a new feature. They work in these intense bursts called sprints to develop and ship new ideas really, really fast. And once the mission's done, the squad can be completely reconfigured for the next thing. It's pure firepower for project development. Now, the constant challenge is, of course, keeping all these fast-moving parts aligned. For a final case study, let's look at a really fascinating hybrid model from the energy company Repsol. They use something they call open innovation ecosystems to build partnerships with outside startups. Now, the real genius of this model is how it mixes things up. Repsol has a permanent, high-level team inside the company, but that team's only job is to manage temporary alliances with startups on the outside. This lets them get the best of both worlds. You get the internal stability of a core team combined with the agile, innovative power of the startup scene. Pretty smart, right? So, after looking at these four very different companies, we land on our essential conclusion. This is all about conscious design, not just following a trend. So let's bring it all back home. Here are our four companies, perfectly plotted on the framework. You've got Netflix, Iberia, Spotify, and Repsol. Each one made a totally different strategic choice. And you know what? Each choice is the right choice because it was consciously designed for a very specific purpose. And that brings us to maybe the single most important takeaway from this entire explainer. There is no single model, only conscious design. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, no magic bullet for how you should organize your team. I mean, think about it. The Netflix model is built for control. The Spotify model, it's built for speed. Iberia's model is for customer coordination, and Repsol's is for bringing in outside innovation. Each one optimizes for a different result. The key is to consciously choose the right tool for your specific goal. So the crucial point is this. Forget the buzzwords, forget the trends for a minute. Just look at your own work, your own team, and your own company, and ask yourself this one simple but incredibly powerful question. What are you optimizing for?